Hello and welcome to today's video as we cover the best players from the LCP playoffs. Tomorrow we'll probably do LCK playoffs. As you know, we determined that CFO, CTBC, Flying Oysters are now a representative at that first stand fearless tournament. So statistically, it's kind of a surprise, but also it isn't that 4 of the 5 end up on CFO. I find that with playoff best players and playoffs stat wise, sometimes it gets jumbled up, especially when players may play a couple games and just have a really good series, even in a losing effort, and then they end up at the top because they didn't have a large enough sample size to really, make those numbers a bit more normal. But in this case, using KDA, KP, CS per minute, ROI, share differential, vision efficiency, gold difference of 15 minutes, and solo kills per game. 4 of the 5 ended up being on CFO. So Driver played half the games, Rest played the other half. Driver actually ranked as the best top laner, Rest the worst. Evie was second, and then Aja was third for Talon. So Driver led in KDA 8.2 and KP 65.7%. Very involved in what CFO were trying to do 2 out of every 3 kills. He had a 7.1 CS per minute. Kiaya of GAM had an 8.5. 1.59 damage divided by gold. Evie 1.97 for SoftBank Hawks Gaming, and Evie also had a 3.5% share differential. And Driver had 0.8. What does that mean? It means Evie dealt 3.5% more damage than gold this past week. What else we have here? 1.87 vision score per ward placed. Hero 02 of Team Secret Whales had a 5.25. So he had quite a lot of vision per ward placed. Solo kills. Aja had 9 in 15 games, which is pretty damn insane. Driver 1 in 5. Just 1 second. Now for the junglers. Junja tops the charts, followed by Guri of MGN Viking Esports and Histo of Team Secret Whales. Last place, who ended up being Courage of SoftBank Hawks. So, Junja 3.5 KDA, that was the best. You're going to find that KDA was dominated by CFO. 68.9 KP, Histo 86% in what was I think only a few games that they played, not even. They might have only played 2 games, if I recall exactly. CS per minute, Junja 6.8, Guri 6.9. Damage divided by gold, Guri 1.37, so a lot of damage coming from him. 1.33 for Junja. Junja and Guri both had negative 1.6 share differential, so they gave the team, share-wise, the same amount of damage relative to gold. Vision efficiency, Histo 5.05. Good sign that the top side of Team Secret Whales very efficient in the vision department, despite in a losing effort. Junja 4.46. He led in gold, 241 at 15 minutes. Levi 289. Solo kills, Junja had 2 in 10 games. Mid lane, Hongq, biggest surprise. Going into this season, I definitely had some question marks around Hongq as the guy against the Talon that I could see struggling. And throughout predictions, I've always said Hongq is the guy I'm kind of focusing on as somebody that's really going to have to prove that he can play at this level against some of the best, minor region mid laners in the world. He did a fabulous job. A 3.3 KDA led the way. 63.9 KP, Dyer 75%. 9 CS per minute led in mid lane. 1.69 damage divided by gold. Fofo leading in that category, 1.87, and share differential with a 6. He led Talon in those categories pretty much the entirety of the season thus far, and LCP in general. Very low resource relative to the gold that he puts out for. Very low resource relative to the damage he puts out for this team. Hongq had a 1.69 and 5%. 2.22 vision efficiency. Fate 2.96 for SoftBank Hawks. Gold difference. Hongq up only 56. Dyer and Kadi both up 210 on average. 220. Hongq did lead in solo kills, had 5 in 10 games. Bot lane, Doggo, strong, followed by Betty and Artemis. Last was Shogun. Doggo had a 6.7 KDA, 74 KP, Eddie 77.5. Farm, Doggo had 9.6, Shogun 9.9. Damage divided by gold, 1.65. Marble, 2.02. So, once again, Marble finding a way to make his presence known on these charts. Something that's often overlooked. A lot of people think Marble's the worst 80 carry in the LCP, but somehow, some way, always finds a way to have some impact in a positive manner. 4.4 share differential, Eddie 5.9. 2.52 vision efficiency, Betty of Talon 3.7. 2v2 and solo kills, Doggo had 5 in 10 games. The only non-CFO member on this list is Woody of Talon, followed by Elio and Sulong. Kaiwing actually ranked last. If I looked at the stats, I could tell you why Kaiwing was last, but he ended up being last. 2.4 KDA, Kaiwing had a 3.2, kill participation 82.5, Elio 86.1 for GAM, so that's what, 7 out of every 8 kills roughly. 0.77 damage divided by gold, Sulong almost as much damage as gold, 2.02 vision efficiency. Gang of SoftBank Hawks, 2.07, gold difference at 15 minutes, Woody up 260, and he had 1 solo or 2v2 kill in 15 games. Elio had 1 in 7 for GAM, so he led that category. So LCP, CFO are the squad representing them. Going to this event, having 2 different top laners is definitely interesting. I'm surprised that continued to work the way it did for them. Literally splitting 50-50 down the stretch here, both of them playing 5 games during the playoffs, Rest and Driver. And when you got a jungler like Junja, who is one of the best minor region players out, right? You have Honkyus performing a lot better than I expected him to at this point. Doggo, one of the better 80 carries in the minor regions. And Kaiwing, somebody that's very, very experienced and a glue guy that can get a lot of things done. This team is going to be competitive, but we'll see what happens. That, of course, we'll start talking about that, next week after we know all 5 teams going to the event. But so thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.